I want to talk a little bit about feeds, especially during the molt and even year-round, especially during summertime. You know, there's a lot of people that feed dry, and there's a lot of people that feed soak feed. The benefits to feeding soak feed is your animal has moisture, internal moisture in his intestinal tract. It gives your animal the needed moisture inside his body, as well as it helps your animal digest the feed that he's consuming. It also makes it easier on the gizzard. It makes it easier on the gizzard to grind down the feed. You know, when the gizzard has to work a little harder by grinding down hard grains, it makes it harder for an individual to grind down the feeds because of the hard grains. So this is one of the reasons a lot of cockers choose to feed their animals wet, especially during the molt summertime, when an individual really needs moisture in his body to stay hydrated. Okay, that's the advantage of feeding soaked feeds. You know, now, using soaked feeds during your conditioning method or your feeding method is good because your individual doesn't have to use his gizzard as much to grind down the soaked feeds as he would trying to grind down the hard grains. Okay, so if it's easier for your animal to grind down the soaked feeds, he doesn't use up a lot of energy that he has stored in his body already to grind down the hard grains. So especially during wet climates, you know, if you're feeding a show during a wet climate where there's a lot of humidity in the atmosphere, you would want to feed your animal dry grains, okay, to keep the moisture content in his body where it's supposed to be. So, you know, it makes a lot of sense during summertime to feed soaked feeds. That way your birds have constant moisture in their body when it's real hot, and it's easier for the gizzard to grind down soaked feed than it is hard grains. Okay, so this is just something I wanted to share with everybody about the benefits of feeding soaked feed. It makes it easier for the individual to grind down something soaked than it would be something hard. Okay, feeding hard grains is good, you know, on the yard. That way it also makes your gizzard stronger. You know, it is harder for an individual to grind down harder grains. This is all logic than it is to feed soaked grains. So the benefits to feeding soaked grains during summertime or even during the spring are a lot better on your fowl than it is to feed hard grains. This is just something I wanted to share with y'all today. Y'all have a good day.